This is Nicholas Six, Road Rage. Um, I just have to share this with you guys, with people. It's the funniest thing ever. Today I was driving. I was in a left-hand turning lane at a four-way intersection. So I've got traffic going this way. I've got traffic crossing in front of me. Most of the cars are coming this way. There's not really anything going that direction. So I basically have to focus on three directions. I've got one person behind me in a white car, which I didn't know until something happened. So I wait a while for this traffic to stop. The cars that are going this way, or at least the ones that are in my way, the ones that are coming towards me. Finally, we get there to the point where it stops, and I can make the turn. Now you have an option in this situation. Now you still have traffic crossing in front of you. There's a line of cars sitting there at a stop sign. You have two options. You can either gun it and hope this guy's courteous and he doesn't gun it or doesn't come out and hit you as you're crossing in front of his lane of traffic. Who's going to lose that one in court? You are. The guy making the left every fucking time. I don't care what anyone says. Because you're crossing his lane of traffic. You will lose. I don't care what the law is as far as courtesy and turning. And your other option is to wait a second to make sure this guy doesn't jet out. Because he's been waiting a while too. We both have. And you know how people are in America driving. They want to get there in 2 seconds. So, I used to drive for a living. So, I'm used to avoiding accidents and defensive driving and all that bullshit. So I hesitated to see if this asshole would, not asshole, if this guy would jump, in front of me. Because he's been waiting like 5 minutes. And he didn't go. So the guy behind me beeps. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It wasn't even that long like that I hesitated. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I start making my left. And as I'm making my left, I was like, should I? Should I, Nick? I was like, yeah, I should. So what I do is I take my right hand and I put it like in front of my head and I have it out the window and I'm giving him the finger this way back towards him and I just hold it during the whole time I'm turning because I'm a good driver. I can do shit like this. My hand is out the window far. Like, it ain't just barely sticking out. I got that shit out there. I want this motherfucker to see it. You know what I mean? So, I make my turn and I got my arm like this the whole fucking time. I know the guy sees it. I finally get to the other fucking street I was going, where I was making my left onto. He pulls up on my fucking bumper. I still got the finger out the whole fucking time. I'm not letting this shit go for nothing. And he pulls up on my bumper like out to my left. But there's oncoming cars in that other lane, so he can't go around me. He can't come up to next to me, but he tries. He stays there for like a few seconds. As I'm holding the middle finger out. Finally, I get up to the next light. I'm waiting to make a left to go this way now, back to where I live. And I knew it was going to happen. Before I even go any further, the second I asked myself, should I, Nick? I knew it was going to happen from there. I just knew it. Because like I said, I used to drive for a living. I know what motherfuckers are going to do on the road. Especially if they're in a hurry, and I guess that asshole's in a hurry. That's why he beeped at me. He honked at me. So I still got my shit out there. He's on my left corner, ass end trying to get around or trying to intimidate me, like I'm gonna get fucking scared. You know what I'm involved in, like I'm gonna be scared of this motherfucker. So I noticed, because I'm checking both mirrors with my eyes as I'm driving. I'm checking rear view and side. I'm seeing everything he's doing. His whole reaction, everything. So finally he wises up a minute. I can't go around him to the left, so I'll go around him to the right. So I get into my left turning lane again on the new street. He pulls up, and I knew he was going to be right by my window. I already had it there. I had the middle finger at the window like this, the passenger side window like this, and he pulls up. Yeah, get the fuck out the car, pussy. And I got the finger like this, and I start going like this and shit and pointing it at him. And he's just cursing me the fuck out. He's like this far from his fucking window, or maybe he had it rolled down, I don't know. But his face is literally this far from my passenger side window, and my fingers are like this far from the window too, and I was looking right at him. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm gonna have so much fun with this motherfucker. So he's yelling, get the fuck out of the car, pussy. Roll down the window, motherfucker. All this shit. And I'm just going like this and go, woo. Because I got the car at a dead stop. I'm waiting for the light. And this is like a more major highway. Not major highway, but a little bit of a highway intersection now we're at. But we're just back a couple cars. So he's in the right lane, the right-hand turning lane. So he's not fully pulled up to the front. There was no one in front of him. He purposely stopped next to me to start shit. But the whole time, get the fuck out of there, you fucking pussy. Run out the fucking window. He's fucking livid, right? And I'm just going, woo. And at one point, I know it. At one point, I saw the look on his face change a little bit. He didn't want to let the anger go, but for a split second, I noticed he almost started laughing. I almost broke that motherfucker's anger and made him laugh by what I was doing, right? So after a fucking, I don't know, 10 seconds of this shit, like right in his face, you know? He decided to just pull up a little further, like up to, the front corner of my car. He still doesn't pull all the way up to where he needs to turn or go. And he's still waiting close by, right? So now I'm pointing the middle finger out the front windshield like this, pointing it at him. Going like this. Oh, God. And he's waiting close by like he's gonna do something, like I'm gonna get scared or something, like he's gonna intimidate somebody. That motherfucker don't know what this motherfucker's involved in. I got fucking gypsy murderers after me. You think I give a fuck about some random fag in a fucking white car? I literally asked myself before the whole event happened, I said, Nick, you know what's going to happen if you throw that finger out there. You know every event that's going to happen after that. And I asked myself, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to have fun with this motherfucker. When he pulls up next to my window and tries to intimidate, that's exactly what I did. I think I almost made the motherfucker laugh. So he sits up, like, still close by me. He's not even really past my car fully. He's just, the tail end of his car is kind of right where the front of my car is now. He wants to stay close to still try and get that intimidation factor in, even though I just made him look like a schmuck, right? Finally, after, I don't know, another 10 seconds, he decides he's going to pull up and make his right, all right? And I was totally in the moment, focused, having fun with it. I wasn't like, cracking the fuck up at that point yet. So I pull up. And the light changes, now I can make my left, and I realize I'm at like a major intersection, and like probably 40 people saw this shit, And that's when it hit me how funny it must have fucking been. So I only have about 2 blocks to get to where I'm going, and I start laughing. It's building a little bit more. By the time I get to my door, and I get out of I am uncontrollably out loud, hysterically laughing out in public, jumping up and down in front of my door in hysterics because I couldn't believe what just fucking happened. Get out the car, pussy! Fuck you! Right in his fucking face. And I wasn't like all backed up like this. I like went like right up to the passenger side window. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are, bitch. Like, I don't even care. It was the funniest fucking thing. In my life, it took me about, I don't know, like 10 minutes to calm myself down from laughing. And then every time I would think of it for the next couple hours, I would just burst out laughing uncontrollably to the point my, chest would hurt. And I'm like, I gotta put this on video, but every time I thought about it, I lost control of myself. I'm like, out of breath. The look on that man's face as all this shit was right in his face. Oh, God.